So give me just one short second. Okay. So today we are going to start the practices. A lot of people get very excited with this. But honestly, your journey go forward is based on the work and the understanding and the time that you have spent in the last 4 days. Really, really, really important that you understand the foundations. And I'll give you an example. I was working with somebody yesterday one-on-one, and they wrote their list. I hope everybody wrote their list because that is going to be your foundation, your personal foundation. But the important thing, the pre-work that you did yesterday is the language that you're using. So a couple examples, and I took his permission already that I'm going to share without sharing his identity. So the language he wrote was, I want stress-free job. That was one of the goals. Let's spend a minute or two on this. Is that correct language? I want stress-free job. Think about it. I gave an example yesterday on the same lines. I want a bigger house. The definition of bigger is different for everybody. Now reflect the same example here. I want stress-free job. What are you really focusing on in this sentence? You're focusing on stress. Now you may think, I know I'm focusing on stress-free. But you have to really write, what do you want? What does stress-free means to you? Okay, I'm going to give you a very silly example. If you don't want stress, are you okay to have fear at the job? If you don't want stress, universe is going to make you stress-free. But are you okay to be insulted by the colleagues? We will not give you stress at work, but are you okay to get a demotion? We will not give you stress, but are you okay to get a pay cut? So write, what do you want? What does stress-free mean to you? Instead of making a statement like, I want a stress-free job, I want to be recommended / appreciated, whatever language you use at your workplace, by my boss twice a month. I want a salary increase by whatever the number, ×2, ×3, whatever that number is. I want to be able to finish my work every day by 4:30 p.m. or whatever your schedule is. So focus on what do you want. If you leave the statement open, and if you come back in a couple months and you say, I did not get stress-free, but you haven't really defined what is stress-free. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Yes, absolutely.
And spend the time on the pre-work, because see, the pre-work is where you want to see the results. The pre-work is your dreams and desires, and that is where you want to see the results. So if it makes sense, if you are very confident, by all means, let's continue to move forward. If you have even a little tiny bit of doubt, go back to the list that you have made yesterday and just read it once and see, and take this discussion into effect and reflect on your points that you have written and see, am I talking about what do I want specifically, or am I keeping it ambiguous? Yes, Parag, very quickly.
Very quickly, thank you. So, do you have any recommended term for the future for this goal? Like, is this in the next month or next few years? Just thinking about family and children, and do we want to have something longer term as well?
So usually, now this is a very good question, and actually, I'm glad that you brought it up. Experienced practitioners, me myself, I have a very short-term goal. I want something right now. I need help right now. Short-term goal, 6 months goal, 1 year, and 5 year. But that is like my suggestion. If you feel ready, you can okay, let me take a step back. Yesterday in the group chat, I had given you guys categories. I basically copy pasted it from the Rhonda Byrne's The Magic Book, right? I gave you guys the categories, the health and the relations and the money and happiness and all that. You can add your second category on top of that list only if you feel ready. For the new practitioners doing the book for the first time, keep it simple, just stick. But only for the people who have come back, you can add the timeline to it. And you will know in that timeline if you are trying to increase your business, say 10 times, and if you put a timeline of 2 weeks, you know, and I know what is the probability of that. So when you are talking about the timeline, it has to be realistic, it has to be achievable. If you are earning today, suppose if I'm earning today only $10, and I say in next 4 weeks, I want to get $200,000. I mean, you guys know the answer already. So going back to your question, absolutely you can do that. I know you have come back. If you feel ready, add the timeline. Next 15 days, 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I hope that I touched a little bit on foundation again, but I really want you guys to be 100% clear with these foundations. Day one, count your blessings. So from today, commit to yourself. Listen, I'm not going to come and check. The people in this group are not going to come and ask if you are doing, if you're not doing. But this book is all about practice. You can feel very good being here for next 30 minutes, and that feel good feeling is good enough for you. If it is good enough for you, by all means. But if you really want to see changes happening in your life, magic happening in your life, practice is the answer. So commit to yourself, declare to the universe, I'm going to do it next 28 days. When I started counting my blessings, my whole life turned around. Singer songwriter Willie Nelson. And once again, I'm gonna highlight it to you. All the successful people in their field, regardless of the field, when they were interviewed, they all acknowledged that their success is standing on the practice of gratitude. You will have heard people say to count your blessings. And when you think about the things you are grateful for, that's exactly what you are doing. But what you may not have realized is that counting your blessing is one of the most powerful practices you can ever do. And it will magically turn your whole life around. Remember the two laws, scientific laws that we learned in the foundational chapters by Einstein and Newton. Wherever you put your attention, that's where the energy is going to flow. And wherever the energy is going to flow, that is going to grow. So that is the choice on us now, whether we can sit here and keep complaining. And I'm telling you, we all have tendency to talk about complaints. I don't have this. I don't have enough. I don't have in the right color. I don't have in the right size. I just hope it was a little bit bigger. Versus at least acknowledge what you have. If you are going to put your energy and acknowledge the things that you have, the things that you have will grow. And the second thing was, whatever you are going to sow, that's what you're going to reap. Different culture calls it something different. Some people call it karma. If you want to keep it scientific, keep it scientific. Whatever action you're going to send out, you're going to get a same reaction. So, whatever, if you are going to send out positivity outside, what is going to come back to you? Positive opportunities and positive experiences. Choice is yours. When you are grateful for the things you have, no matter how small they may be, you will see those things instantly increase. What is a small thing? A thing may be small for you, but the same thing may be very big for somebody else. We took the example of the house yesterday. I want a bigger house. What is the definition of bigger? If I already have a house of 2 bedroom, even 3 bedroom is bigger for me. If somebody has a house with 4 bedroom, anything less 4 and less is what? Small for them, right? So do not get caught, especially the new practitioners, do not get caught in the this is a small thing. I don't have to say gratitude for this. No, I had hot water or warm water to take shower this morning. I have gotten used to that lifestyle. Is it a small thing or is it a big thing? For me, because I have gotten used to it, now I'm entitled. Now I feel I'm entitled to the warm water every morning. Talk to the people who don't have. So do not get caught into the idea of what's a big deal? What's a big deal if I have warm water to take shower? What is the big deal if I have a shower? Talk to the people who do not have a shower in the house. Talk to the people who do not even yet have enough cold water to take shower in the mornings. So don't get caught. This is small thing. This is big thing. Whatever you have, be grateful for that. I am taking this session on the laptop. I have to be thankful for this laptop. If tomorrow morning it stops working, guess what? I'll be struggling on my phone. I'm sitting so comfortably on this table, on this chair. I have a mouse that I can play around with my mouse or with my laptop. Now, somebody can say, what's the big deal with the mouse? Try managing a session like this without a mouse. So be thankful. The message here for myself is be thankful for this mouse. If you are grateful for the money you have, however little, you will see your money magically grow. And you know what? I'm going to tell you one more thing. This paragraph is the summary of the next 28 practices. Some people, I'm giving you the guys the hint, but some people will get it and some people may not get it, and that is okay too. Still be gentle on yourself. Whatever you're going to be grateful for, that is going to start growing in your life. Some people think only when you get to the money chapter, it's going to teach us how to grow the money. Only when we reach to the relationship chapter, that chapter is going to tell us how to turn your relationships towards positivity. But the simple formula is what? Wherever you're going to put your positive energy, that is exactly where you're going to start seeing positive results. If you are grateful for money you have, however little, you will see your money magically grow. If you're grateful for a relationship, even if it's not perfect, you will see it miraculously got even better. If you're grateful for the job that you have, even if it's not your dream job, things will begin to change so that you enjoy your job more. And all kinds of opportunities for your work will suddenly appear. All the people who are working, including myself, this is my work. How many times do we complain about our work? Too busy, people are not good, money is not enough, too far. Why do I need to go into the office? I can do everything at home. Please go back to the time when you were looking for a job. Please go back when you really wanted this exact job. What shifted between that day and today? Only one thing, your mindset. And only one thing grew during that day and today, your entitlement. You knew exactly the name of the company. You knew exactly how much you're going to make. You knew exactly how long you have to commute for the job. You knew exactly how much time they're going to take. Maybe a little more they are taking today, but work mostly comes in peaks and valleys. So the only thing that has shifted is your entitlement. The flip side is that when we are not counting our blessings, we can fall into the trap of unintentionally counting negative things. This we touched very nicely even yesterday. The people who did not attend yesterday's live, I'm assuming you guys have listened to the recording on YouTube. Mind is a beautiful thing. If you put your mind onto positivity, it's going to start looking for positive things. If you do not, what was the word we read yesterday? Deliberately. If you do not deliberately make an effort to shift your mind towards positivity, where will your mind wander off? Fear, anxiety, complain, gossip, what else? Anything negative that you can think of, that's where your mind is going to focus. Worry about the future, guilt about the past, anxiety about the past, resentment about the past or present for that matter. So your mind has the tendency to go towards all these negative things. What is your job? Your job is to deliberately make the effort to count your blessing. This is what we said yesterday. Today, I'm going to add one more thing to it. Count your blessing no matter how small it is. It is not your job to judge how small a blessing is. You have it in your life, you better say thank you for that. We count negative things when we talk about the things we don't have. We count negative things when we criticize or find fault with other people. When we complain about traffic, how many of us are guilty about that? Waiting in lines, delays, the government, not enough money, or the weather. When we, okay, let's focus on the weather thing because this is very, everybody spend a lot of time about weather. How do you define a bad weather? Just because the sun is not out? How did you come to the conclusion that the weather is bad because today the sun is not out and it's raining? If it is snowing outside. Snow is also needed, right? Rain is also needed. Rain is needed for your trees, your vegetables, your fruits. So, how did you come to the conclusion that weather is bad? It is not bad. It is all your perspective, only your mindset. You feel you're entitled for a certain type of weather day in and day out, and you start talking negative about it. But start Try and catch yourself. The new practitioners are going to find it slightly difficult, but the return practitioners, I'm pretty sure you guys are now catching yourself. Catch yourself because every time you find negativity with something, what are you doing? You're taking yourself away from a magical life. When we count negative things, they increase because you're putting your energy. But on top of that, with every negative thing that we count, we cancel out blessings that were on their way. Do you want that? Do you want to cancel out your blessings? I'm pretty sure. Because you're in this session, I can talk on your behalf. You don't want to do that. I have tried both, counting my blessings and counting negative things. And I can assure you that counting your blessings is the only way to have abundance in your life. Energy is going to flow where you are putting your attention. Better to lose count while naming your blessings than to lose your blessings to counting your troubles. Writer and clergyman Maltby D. Babcock. You really want to forget the count when you are counting your blessings. That's the gist. You don't want to lose the blessings. First thing in the morning, or as early in the day as you can, count your blessings. Why first thing in the morning, or as early in the day as you can? You want to set a positive tone to your day. If you have, I'm going to talk about myself. If I have a good coffee in the morning, I'm set for the morning. I'm set for the day. Until I find my black coffee in the morning, I'm only looking for something. And the same, this is how I understood this for myself. I want to set my morning beautiful by setting a good tone for the entire day. And when you start counting your blessings first thing in the morning or as early as you can, you're going to continue on that path throughout the day. So that is why Rhonda Byrne is suggesting first thing in the morning. If you get a good news first thing in the morning, your entire day goes by smooth and nice, you're happy. Rather than waiting for somebody to tell you a good news right in the morning, why don't you tell yourself what is the good news? And the good news can be anything. Good news can be I had a hot shower, I had my black coffee. So happy. That is your good news. So find the good news in terms of what all you have right in the morning for yourself. You can write out your list by hand, type it on a computer, or use a special book or journal and keep all of your gratitude in one place. Write it, type it, your decision, my recommendation. And that is what I said at the beginning of the book. Make an investment in a notebook and a pen. When you write it, you will feel more connected. When you type it, you may feel totally, entirely your choice. Today, you're going to make a simple list of 10 blessings in your life you are grateful for. Notice the word simple list. We don't have to make it fancy. We don't have to find the big stuff. Small, simple, whatever. When Einstein gave thanks, he thought about why he was grateful. When you think about the reason why you are grateful for a particular thing, person, or situation, you will feel gratitude more deeply. So, we are going to first find what are we grateful for? 10 things. Don't overexert yourself in coming up with the items. Like right now, sitting here, I can tell you I'm grateful for my laptop, My table, my chair, my mouse, my internet connection, my voice, I'm able to talk, a little bit of sunlight that is coming in. Simple stuff, just sitting here on this desk. Second thing is why. When you start thinking about why, your are gonna come out. Excuse me. Because now you have a reason. If I just say, I'm thankful for this table, it sounds very, very dry. But if I say, I'm so thankful for this table, I'm able to put my laptop and I'm so comfortable taking the session, you have a reason. Your feelings start to come out. I'm so thankful for the internet connection that I have because I'm able to take this session online on Zoom. You start to understand why. Let's go back to the new practitioners. We had this question a couple of days ago. I don't get the feeling I'm going through so much. It is okay if you don't get the feeling in the beginning. Let's at least focus on the brain. There are two pieces of it.
No, no.
Give me one. Sorry about that. So, for the new practitioners, let's just focus on the mind. And then we're going to get in the future chapters, and as and when you are working more and more and more with these practices, we will start to work with our heart. What do I mean by heart is the feelings. Okay? So if today you feel you are making this list, but I don't really feel it, be gentle on yourself. It's okay. It's day one. Remember that the magic of gratitude happens according to the degree of your feeling. So, with each item on your list, write the reason why you're grateful for it. Here are some of the ideas. So, here they have given 4 different language that you can use, but you play with the language. Use the language that you feel connected with. If it is not one of these 4, that's fine too. I'm truly blessed to have what? Because why? I'm so happy and grateful for what? And because why? I'm truly grateful for because why? With all my heart, thank you for what? And because why? So you will have to fill in these blanks for what and why. After you have finished making your list of 10 blessings, go back and read each one, either in your mind or out loud. When you get to the end of each blessing, say the magic words 3 times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And feel the gratitude for that blessing as much as you possibly can. As much as you possibly can. If it is little, it's okay. If it is a lot, it's beautiful. So, what are you basically doing? You are making a list of what? You are writing what are you grateful for? Why are you grateful for? And then you are going back to the list at the top. You are reading each one and then saying thank you, thank you, thank you 3 times. You're not writing 3 times the thank you. You're just saying it in your mind. Why are we saying it? Why are we saying it 3 times? It's going to come later in this journey, chapter 13. To help you feel more gratitude, you can be grateful to the universe, God, spirit, goodness, life, your greater self, or any other concept you are drawn to. This is a personal choice. Okay? If you follow in somebody, you can include them in your statements as well. When you direct gratitude toward something or someone, you will feel it even more. And your gratitude will have even more power and create even more magic. It's the reason why indigenous and ancient cultures choose symbols like the sun to direct their gratitude toward. They're simply using physical symbols to represent the universal source of all goodness. So, this is a personal choice, right? If you want to include universe, any symbol, any god that you follow, any belief system, any cultural deity that you follow, you can include them. The intention is you should feel connected. That's it. The practice of counting your blessings is so simple and so powerful in altering your life that I want you to continue to add 10 more blessings to your list every day for the next 27 days. This particular practice we're going to do for the entire journey of this book. So every day in the morning or as early as possible for you, you do this practice. Okay? You might think it could be difficult to find 10 things you are grateful for every day, but the more you think about it, the more you will realize how much you have to be grateful for. How many of you really think that it's going to be very difficult to find 10 new things every day? Take my example. I'm sitting here in front of this laptop, and right here I was able to count many. Do the hard work, find it. You will be able to find it. You will be amazed how easily. And the 10 things will be too little. Eventually, very true, Jacqueline. Eventually, you will get to a point where you will feel, I have so many things to be thankful for. These 10 are a piece of joke. Get to that point. But the more you think about it, the more you will realize how much you have to be grateful for. Look closely at your life. You have received and are counting to receive so much each and every day. There is really so much to give thanks for. You could be grateful for your home. Now Rhonda Byrne is giving you ideas. Be grateful for your home, your family, friends, work, pets. You could be grateful for the sun, water, what you drink, food you eat, and the air you breathe. Without any of them, you couldn't be alive. You could be grateful for the trees, animals, oceans, birds, flowers, plants, skies, rain, stars, and your beautiful planet Earth. You could be grateful for your senses: eyes to see, ears to hear, mouth that tastes, nose that smells, your skin that enables you to feel. These are your five senses, right? You could be grateful for the legs you walk on, your hands that you use to do almost everything, your voice that enables you to express yourself and communicate with others. You could give thanks to your amazing immune system that keeps you well and all your organs that maintain your body so that you can be alive. And what about the magnificence of your human mind, which no computer technology in the world can duplicate? So these were the examples. So take that limiting belief out of your mind right now that you won't be able to find 10 things every day. You will be. Here is the list of subjects that will remind you to the major areas you can look for blessings to be grateful for. You can also add any subject you want depending on what is important to you at any time. The different categories is health and body, work and success, money, relationship, passion, happiness, love, life, nature, material goods and services, and any subject that you choose. Now, here is another beautiful thing before we close the chapter. You should feel significantly better and happier after each time you count your blessings. And how good you feel is your measure of how much gratitude you felt. The more gratitude you felt, the happier you will feel, and the faster your life will change. I can sit here and guarantee you. If you really do this exercise with a lot of feelings, passion, enthusiasm, you're going to feel elevated. You're going to be surprised. Oh my goodness, how come I did not notice I had so much? I'm supported so much. Some days you will feel happy really quickly, and other days it may take a little longer. But as you continue to count your blessings every day, you will notice a bigger and bigger difference in the way you feel each time, and you will see your blessings magically multiply. It's going to only get better once you start following this practice. Because what is going to happen? You're going to start focusing on your abundance, what you have, and all that negative talk to yourself. I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it, or I don't have it good enough. The guilt, the resentment, fear, anxiety, all of that is going to go away. I'm going to come back to the magic reminder a little later in a minute, not too later. What do you have to do today? So today's practice is very simple. First thing in the morning, make a list of 10 blessings in your life you are grateful for. What you are grateful for. Write why you are grateful for each blessing. Okay, and you have the format. What I'll do is I'll also put the format in the chat box, not the chat box, the WhatsApp group. Once you have written 10 blessings, go back and read your list either in your mind or out loud. When you get to the end of each one, not at the end of 10, but at the end of each one, say the magic words, thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel the gratitude for that blessing as much as you possibly can. Repeat the first 3 steps of this magical practice every morning for the next 27 days. And we will remind you every day for next 27 days, you have to do it. Read tomorrow's magical practice. All I want you guys to do today is when you go out, wherever you are, just get a small rock. We call it magic rock, and have it. Keep it with you. That's all. The rock you find, make sure it has smooth edges, because we want you to be able to hold that rock in your palm, and make sure it doesn't hurt you. It is soft and it can be any kind of rock. So just get a rock and that's it. What do we have to do with the rock? We're going to talk tomorrow. Any question from today's practice? And the practice I will put in the WhatsApp group as well, just for reference. Okay. So thank you so much for joining. If there are no questions, have a magical morning, afternoon, night from wherever you're joining. And I always look forward to connecting with you guys tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. sharp. Do me a favor, please. I am noticing some people are joining late. It does delay for everybody else too. So if you can, please join sharp at 9 a.m. EST. And I believe that is 6:30 p.m. IST, or whatever time zone you guys are in. Thank you so much, guys. See you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.